Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank all of my channel members for supporting me in this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and I am here today to give my spoiler-free review of the Snyder Cut of Justice League. As you no doubt know, I am something of a hard ass when it comes to pop culture. I'm hypercritical, have very high standards, and am very hard to please. In the past, I have not been a fan of Zach Snyder's take on the DC universe. I haven't liked his tone, the muted colors, the writing. Compared to the MCU, the DCU has been a mixed bag of nuts and bitter disappointments for me. So I hope you will believe me now when I tell you that start to finish, the Snyder Cut is a triumph. When I sat down to watch it, as someone who couldn't even get past the opening prologue of Man of Steel because I hated that take on Krypton and really didn't want to see Superman kill someone at the end, I was both looking forward to finally seeing this movie and dreading its 4-hour runtime. I thought there was a good chance it would be overindulgent, ponderous, and dull at times. Thank God those fears were unfounded. Zack Snyder's Justice League kicks ass from start to finish, and I loved it. At this point, I'd like to state that I'm well aware of what Snyder said about my friend Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers, so from a personal standpoint, I think Snyder is an asshole. I don't support what he said about Jeremy, and the implied slander against the very fandom menace that supported his ass and helped bring about the showing of the Snyder Cut in the first place, but I'm going to set aside the artist from the art here and just focus on what I saw. And what I saw was, to my great surprise, outstanding. I mentioned my concerns about the 4-hour runtime. Well, I am here to tell you, though it blows my mind, not once did my attention wander. This movie kept me involved from start to finish. I was never bored, and what's more, I was never confused by what was going on. The pace of this movie is damn near perfect in my book, and I'm actually very grateful that the history of this production unfolded as it did, absent, of course, the tragic suicide of Zack Snyder's daughter, a true tragedy everyone deeply regrets. But that said, this movie is exactly the right length as it is. Had it been released in movie theaters, there's no way they would have allowed it to have a 4-hour runtime, but man, that's exactly what this movie needed. The 4-hour runtime gives this movie the chance to really breathe, to have fast-paced moments of supercharged action, but also to allow small lyrical character moments that give the film a wonderful texture and allows us to care for these characters as people. Even as I say these words, I'm blown away by the sure directorial hand of Zack Snyder, a man who, again, I have been no fan of in the past. As hyperbolic as a lot of these action sequences are, there is a clarity to Zack Snyder's direction here that I find greatly refreshing. He is not a lazy filmmaker like that horrible hack Michael Bay. The Transformers movies, to me, are basically unwatchable, filled with chaos, quick cuts, and shaky cam work, all the hallmarks of cinematic posers grinding their movies through flatbed Cuisinarts. Garbage directing like Michael Bay's has become standard among the lazy, feckless dullards passing themselves off as action directors these days. But Zack Snyder's direction is assured here. His sequences unfold logically, clearly, poetically, like choreographed dances. I was never confused about what was happening, where people were in relation to their surroundings and each other. I clearly understood what was at stake in each scene, not an easy task for a 4-hour epic like this one. Snyder, who has overindulged in slow-motion gimmicks in the past, here exercises some restraint and very wisely employs slow motion when it clarifies and amplifies the action. My friends, this is a very impressive work, and it made me want more. As a result of seeing this movie, I will probably even go back and watch Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, 2 movies I avoided watching due to bad reviews and, as I mentioned, being unable to get through the goofy action opening of Man of Steel. I mean, how many times do I have to sit through origin stories I know like the back of my hand? But yeah, take it from me. I think the Snyder Cut is outstanding. As I said, this is a spoiler-free review, so I'm not going to rehash the plot or any twists associated with it, but I can give you some details to give you context, but not enough to spoil the film. To start with, how's the acting and how are the characters? Ben Affleck continues to shine as Batman. He's got a great take on the character, a little less grim than Christian Bale, but still projecting authority even as he manifests more personality as Bruce Wayne. Henry Cavill is excellent as Superman, and that's not a spoiler since you see him on the posters and ads, though I will not detail his involvement in the story, which could simply be flashbacks for all I'm saying. I've always felt there was something slightly sinister about Cavill's take on Superman. Cavill has much more darkness in him than Christopher Reeve, who remains my favorite Superman, and that darkness is used to damn good effect in this film. Gal Gadot, and yes, that's how you pronounce her name, not Gadot, is dazzling in this film. A woman as beautiful inside as she is on the outside. She is a joy to behold every time she's on screen. And I can tell you some of the best action sequences in the movie belong to her. In particular, an opening scene where Wonder Woman interrupts an attempt to destroy 4 city blocks in a massive explosion is pound for pound one of the greatest superhero action sequences I've ever seen. You've never seen Wonder Woman like you see her here, folks. She kicks ass with the best of them. It's a bravura sequence that just blew me away. I believed I was actually seeing Wonder Woman, and she was awesome. Cyborg is brooding and at times a bit annoying, though by the end of the film I had really warmed to his character. And Aquaman, hell yeah. I love Jason Momoa's interpretation of the character, a hard-drinking Thor type with a bad attitude and a wicked sense of humor. He was a breath of fresh air when he was on screen and added a lot to the flavor of this film. But what of The Flash? I know a lot of people find The Flash annoying, but I have to say, I really liked the character. Was he a bit annoying? Sure, but that's how he's written. He's kind of the Peter Parker of the group, awkward, earnest, eager to please, unsure of himself. He's a critical part of the team and has an awful lot of important things to do, and I found the character to be quite likable. Again, a big surprise to me as I thought I was going to find him annoying as well. But he's a good kid, and I'm looking forward to seeing him again if we get a sequel. As for the Justice League itself, what a great team they make. Every character had major contributions in the struggle against Steppenwolf, the emissary of Darkseid, seeking to retrieve 3 mother boxes that will destroy the world. No character got shortchanged in terms of screen time or character development, and all had major moments of heroism while working for the team. The film ends in something of a cliffhanger, and I hope against hope that Warner Brothers gives Zach Snyder the chance to make the sequel he was setting up at the end here. I think I really need to see this team in action again. I am also very pleased to tell you that there is no woke crap in Justice League. None. Wonder Woman doesn't have to piss all over the men to prove how great she is, nor do any of the Amazons. There's good diversity in the cast, it all makes sense in the context of the story, and no one gets put down for the unpardonable crime of being white or male. It's entirely free of politics, and as a result, we can just kick back and enjoy it. The Snyder Cut is a damn good superhero film. Regardless of how you feel about Snyder himself, Justice League is what superhero movies ought to be. While it lacks the personality of a great Marvel movie in terms of humorous moments, it delivers the goods in abundance. It feels like an epic. Honestly, as critical as I am, I can find nothing on a first viewing to criticize here, which is a miracle, frankly. It's a miracle, I can't even believe it myself. This is one spectacular movie. Though why it was shown in 4:3 aspect ratio is perplexing, given the huge canvas Snyder usually likes to paint on. Perhaps it cut down on render times, the amount of extra stuff that had to be added in post, who knows? But once it started, I forgot all about that, so it wasn't an issue, merely a curiosity. Folks, the existence of the Snyder Cut proves that the fandom menace is a force to be reckoned with, and it is a triumph for geeks everywhere. But in case you have any doubt at this point, let me state it unequivocally, I highly recommend Zach Snyder's Justice League. It kicks ass. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry.